While you guys are here, can you do a recap on travel and any more information about the suspension?
Sure. Suspension travel would be 25-inch in the front for all models, 26-inch in the rear for the XRS semi-active, 17-inch ground clearance, 77-inch wide at ride height, goes all the way to 80-inch wide, which is the maximum for OVA and some racing series like Best in the Desert. I guess that's the
maximum wheel size.
It would be 35-inch tires. Smallest wheel you can put is 15-inch for the clearance with the brake rollers.
What made you decide to go with the six lug?
It's essentially just the loads. These things are so fast now, you know how much they evolved since we launched the X3. People are taking this hard and cornering and everything, and we want just a robust. So when we designed this, we went to a unionized bearing, so one-piece bearing, and we went to 6 bolts just for the strength of it.
Are you able to mention how long the suspension's been in production / prototype /
Oh, it's been 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah.
And as I said yesterday, it's a lot of kilometers that we have on them, on testing with the vehicles, but also on the test benches. So there is a lot of kilometers or miles on it in testing. So I'm not worrying. I'm not worrying at all in terms of longevity. Maybe it's oversized when I look at it.
We're ready for whatever the customer will throw at it, which includes making bigger tires. This is maybe not mentioned everywhere, but this is a forged aluminum tall knuckle. It's not a casted piece. It's not weak. It's super strong. Top A arm, steel, welded steel strength, high strength steels. This is forged piece, but it's built to withstand whatever you guys can throw at it.
And the back also is the knuckle is forged.
Yes, absolutely. All 4 knuckles are forged aluminum. 6061. Very, very strong aluminum. Lightweight and strong, like we like it.
Any information about the braking system?
Sure, it's a triple piston front caliper, 32mm piston. And the pad area, this is where I think is very interesting compared to an X3. It's double the surface area essentially. So the idea was to get much more initial bite, which was a complaint when you put bigger tires on the X3. The X3 was built, 7 years ago. The tires weren't as big as today. They keep increasing in size, and that's where you lose performance. So we built it again for bigger tires in mind. We also went to a cast iron disc, much thicker. The thickness allows to handle all the heat, right? So you brake, and things heat up, but if you have thicker disc, it takes more time for it to heat up. And then cast iron, because of the shape of it, it's more like an automotive style disc. This allows quicker installation compared to the current X3, right, where you need to remove the bearing and everything, get access to all the 4 bolts behind. This is a lot quicker.
You're talking about it's a floating rotor.
It's a floating rotor, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the cast iron has an advantage in terms of how fast, when you have a wet braking, how fast you get the full braking power available. Cast iron behaves very nicely, and if you have to plane it after very heavy racing or things like that, you can do this. So it's cast iron brakes. It's the standard in the industry. Works very well. The next best thing is carbon brakes, but carbon brakes, you don't get the brake performance if they're cold. You need to have them in temperature, so it's not recommended for our style of riding.
There's a heat dissipation advantage of cast iron as well. So it dissipates more heat than regular steel.
You don't need any ventilated disc.
No, the thickness is what matters. Really, those cross drill holes, they don't do much.
Does it stick? It's more temperature accumulation.
It's the heat capacity that the material has, and heat capacity is material times weight. So when we are doing lightweight everywhere, there we are a little bit on the heavyweight area, but for purpose, because this is a safety feature, and I think this is the right way to go.
Are the axle shafts the same left and right?
Yes, equal length.
And front and rear?
Yes, no, not front and rear, because the rear axle will see a lot more torque than the front axle, just because weight transfer, so but they're a lot beefier. The CD cups are a lot bigger than we used to.